Morning, everyone. It's been a bright future for Asante Gold. It's been a very interesting year. We acquired Bibiani last year in August, kicked off the refurbishment, and then it's been very busy. So we just take a look at our investment highlights over the year. Resolute was the vendor. We paid $90 million for the asset, and we started the refurbishment. At the same time, we got a letter of consent from the government of Ghana, which allowed things to proceed. We've had up to 1,500 people on site basically since October until now. And here's a flash news bulletin. Our commissioning is well underway. We put ore through our gyratory crusher Saturday night at 3:30. We do expect to pour gold in the third quarter. In fact, we expect to be running the process plant full-time in June. We expect to pour gold now in July. Recently, and I think most people are aware, we acquired Chirano. That deal closes May 31st, and that will put us with about 160 to 170,000 ounces per year at Chirano, with 175,000 ounces in our first 12 months and about 240,000 ounces per year over a run rate of 8 years. So it'll put us into the range of 350 to 400,000 ounces a year by the end of this year. So in terms of capital structure, one of the keys to our success, getting things done very quickly and without a lot of issues arising, is our Ghanaian shareholding, which is almost 50%. This means we have a lot of high net worth owners of the business. We have a couple of Ghanaian institutions who own the business. When we need to get support for the EIA to be processed, for the mining license to be issued, to get support for the next consent from the government of Ghana for an acquisition, it proceeds very quickly and the goalposts are well fixed. So if you take a look, as I mentioned, at our past year, it's been a lot of fun. About this time last year, we were at 15 cents and about $15 million market capital. Today, we're at about, I think probably the last price was $1.70 or $1.75, and about $600 million market capital. So this is our management team. We're not going to spend a lot of time here very long, but I will point out that Fred Adekuma has recently joined as the Executive VP. He is my 2IC. He's got a lot of experience on the government relations side, the regulatory side, the mine development side, mine operations side in Ghana. We're thrilled to have him on board, and it puts a succession plan immediately in place. John Grigorcevic worked with me at Cardinal, great partner. I don't do anything in the business without talking to my CFO to make sure we can actually deliver on the capital side. You take a look at where we are in Ghana. We own now, between Chirano, which we don't own yet, but between Chirano and Bibiani, we own about 53 kilometers of highly productive gold strike. Okay, up to this point, it's produced about 8 million ounces. We expect to see it produce a lot more going forward. So in terms of the rationale, when you can have the opportunity to have two mines 20 kilometers apart, with a total of 6.5 million tons per year processing, basically the same kind of ore, basically the same flow sheet, it's pretty attractive. We were really excited to get a hold of the asset, and we look forward to seeing what we can do in terms of synergies, but also in terms of extended exploration so that we can increase the life of mine for both assets. Again, the price for the asset acquisition was $225 million. The first $165 million comes due on the 31st of May. $50 million of that is in paper to Kinross, and the other $115 million we expect to be in debt. So these slides give you a lot of print that's too small, but suffice to say it's a lycopodium plant. This will, I guess, be my fourth lycopodium plant, built to a very high standard, and it's been running for about 15 years. We expect to make a few process improvements just to address the gravity gold that's available to us. But again, it's a robust plant. We expect to see it run for a lot longer. So historically, Chirano has been a prolific producer. It's produced at around 220 to 240,000 ounces for a long time. That has tailed off as they've gone underground. We expect to put in some capital, put in some more exploration, and bring that up. And we're buying a mine that is expected to run with a run rate of 160 to 180. We expect to see it do better in the near term as well. When we look at Bibiani, I think a lot of people are familiar with this story by now, but I'll just go through it quickly. The asset was well taken care of by Resolute for care and maintenance, both on the community relations side, the ESG side, but also the mechanical side. When I went on site last July, I didn't find things that you sometimes find, like trees growing up through tanks or trees growing through conveyors. The refurbishment has gone forward very, very well. It was supposed to cost $25 million. That's about where we'll land. They're supposed to be finished in June. That's also where we will land. HIT is a local contractor that's done a great job. Every gearbox, every loop system, every motor has gone off-site. Every bit of rubber-lined equipment has gone off-site for refurbishment, and it's all back now on-site, and it's coming together, and we're in the middle of commissioning. As far as the mine goes, it's going to be a lot bigger than it was. It was about 0.9 kilometers long. We will run it out to about 2.2 kilometers. Currently, its depth is 150 meters. We'll drive it to about 350 meters. This mine's going to be running for at least 8 years, and we're busy exploring right now to see how much more we're going to get from it. So this is our planned production profile. As you can see, we expect to be producing at the same rate as what was done historically, with about 90% recovery across the process plant. In terms of project status, I'm running out of time, so I will tell you that this presentation is on the website. Please feel free to go to it. And by the time you get to the website, you'll see the film clip, or the drone film clip, of our gyratory crusher running. In terms of mineralization for Bibiani and for Toronto, most of the gold is hosted in quartz. Some of it, about 20%, is hosted as gravity gold. There's about 10 to 15% comes as sulfide. The sulfide needs to be reground to about 35 microns. We're putting in a regrind facility now to get it down to about 25 and just make sure that we've got a robust flow sheet. So again, we'll be driving this mine down to about 350 meters, so pretty much around the 200 RL level. And it's going to, as I mentioned, get to be a lot longer. So it's going to go from 900 meters to about 2.2 kilometers. Again, there's a lot of potential to go underground. We're going to start planning for the underground development later this year, with an expectation of making a production decision in the second quarter next year and actually being underground in 2024. Great drill results were found by Resolute. And I point out, you got drill results here like 29 meters at 27 grams. That was never in the resource because it was considered to be too far away for underground access. This is the Big Mug area. We're really excited about it. We're exploring it intensively right now. That'll be coming into the resource in the near term. This is the second program of 25,000 meters, put in by Resolute 2017. So if I take a look at this, I think people know that we did some exploration last Q4. The Walsh Pit there you see is a very small pit. It's going to be about 4 times that size. Currently it's about 40 meters depth. We're going to run it out to 125 meters depth. It's going to produce over 100,000 ounces that were not in the book when we bought the asset. And this is just some of the drill results. Now, as you can see, we're planning to go to 125 meters. There's also a lot happening underground. That becomes part of the site access for the underground development. We'll be going past Strauss and Walsh, picking up gold on the way to the main pit. What I really like about this in the future is that we'll have a direct access or straight line access to the process plant, and we won't be using truck haulage from underground. It'll be conveyor belt haulage from underground. So if you're a mining guy, that's pretty sweet. And I think that's it for, one more, but it's pretty much the same thing. It's just showing you what's going to happen to Walsh Pit. And in terms of where we are, I think this just takes us back to the beginning of the presentation. We will own Toronto, we own Bibiani, we own most of the land or have access to most of the PLs all the way around both mine sites. So about 52, 53 kilometers of strike, a lot of exploration potential, and exploration is in the DNA of our company. And now I'm done. Thank you.